This is really the vital part. You live in a ratio. This is something that I discovered years ago. All of you have a ratio, an A over B, that's happening inside of you. And it's creativity over consumption. There's a creativity over consumption ratio, which is if you create more than you consume, you are in an eudaimonic state, which means a flourishing, happy life. If you consume more than you create, then you're in a negative ratio. It means you're going to be self-consumptive and you're going to fall apart and you're going to be in a dark place. Ready? Creativity over consumption. If you are sitting there being rejected, as that feels from your auditions, and you're not getting anywhere, and therefore you are watching lots of video games or just eating out a lot or drinking with your friends and walk around being pouty, you are going to become extremely consumptive and your creativity is very low. And then it's going to be a downward spiral and it's going to consume more and more and more until you become self-consumptive, which is, you know, like what this, I think this person was at, this girl, where it's just like, and you're falling apart, you want to quit your life. And if you can push your ratio to more creativity than consumption, you get to a really happy place. So in other words, for every hour of sitting around watching TV, playing a video game, eating food, just whatever it is, you got to go create for an hour and 1 minute. 61 minutes of creativity over 60 minutes of consumption, and you're going to be in a good place. Does that make sense? Creativity, I throw this out to non-actors. Creativity can be make up a song, whistle a tune, have a great conversation. Just sit for an hour and imagine being in a different world. It can be writing, it can be poetry, it can be doodling, it can be doing macaroni art. I don't know what that is. It could be macrame, it could be knitting. I think it's anything that's creative. If you're knitting, right, Dale, you're creating a sweater. So I think for non-actor or non-artistic types, examples of how to be creative are plenty. But you guys are actors, so very specifically, it's about creativity in your acting. So I think that entire ratio of creativity over consumption is true for your life. But if you take that ratio and you put it into your acting world, your acting business, then if you're only consuming, you're going to fall apart. So in the year 2018, I'm saying go out and get stuff done. Get off your metaphoric fannies and write a play. You don't need to be a group. You don't need actors. You don't need to be a writer. Find somebody who's written a play and get involved. There's a thing called the Fringe Festival. You know, it's huge. Like Fringe, like nuts. Get involved in Fringe plays. Get in shorts. But it doesn't need to be huge. It can be tiny. Get a friend. Memorize a scene, a really good, loud fighting scene with lots of expletives. And then go down to the corner of Robson and Thurlow and act the scene out at 1 p.m. on a sunny afternoon. Like right on the corner, like you fucking, the tears and the whole thing, and see if you get arrested. Or just have people try to go, hey, guys. Then you're like, yeah. And then walk down to the next block, go to Butte and Georgia and do it again. I've been saying this for 25 years. Musicians busk. How come actors don't busk? Go down to the corner, put your hat out, have a little sign, you know, it's the Robson Players. And then Casey and Katerina act out like a scene from Proof, right on the corner. And then see if people stop and watch. And if they don't, who cares? But if like you get these business ladies sitting watching going, it's very good. I love that moment where you know, and you're acting your ass off. And then guess what, you know? Right outside in the Sutton place, the producers and actors and everybody stay, they're going to walk by. So, you know, next to Gene Hackman's walking by and going, that's really good, you know? That's how shit happens. Or you can stay home and sit on your hands and just go, it's not fair. The person who goes, I'm going to do that, and get stuff done. And that's when stuff happens to that person. And then what happens is you never get that thing finished because now you're on arrow.